Yep, the member for Canning.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Energy, representing the Minister for Education and Training. Will the Minister inform the House how the government's need-based funding model will provide funding growth for schools in my electorate of Canning? And is the Minister aware of expert support for the Australian Education Amendment Bill?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy, representing the Minister for Education.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Canning
the member for Bruce
his question
will leave under 94A.
and acknowledge his deep commitment to the Turnbull government's extra funding for schools throughout his own electorate and across the country. $18.6 billion in additional funding, a 75% increase. 9,000 plus schools will benefit. And in the seat of Canning, there are 23,000 school students in 53 different schools, Mr Speaker. And as a result of the Turnbull government's plan, there will be $1.5 billion worth of school funding for those schools in the electorate of Canning. 37 government schools, 9 independent schools and 7 Catholic schools, Mr Speaker, like Pinjarra Primary School, with 620 students, which will get a $6.2 million increase, like St Joseph's Primary School, Mr Speaker, with 130 students, which will get a $3.6 million increase. And across Western Australia, under one of the Labor's 27 secret dodgy deals, the students of Western Australia got the worst possible deal across Australia when it came to the school resource standard. They only got 14%. 14%! And under the Turnbull government, they'll get 20%, Mr Speaker. 20%. No wonder the Turnbull government's plan has been welcomed by the Grattan Institute. No wonder it's been welcomed by the State Schools Association. No wonder it's been welcomed by the Christian Schools Association. No wonder it's been welcomed by the Brisbane Catholic Education Office, Mr Speaker. Now, I've asked, are there any other particular views of note? And today, Dr Ken Bonston, one of the original members of the Gonski panel, a former head of New South Wales and South Australia's education departments, this is what he had to say. There are no grounds for opposition to the schools funding bill in principle, and every reason to work collaboratively towards its successful implementation and further refinement in the years ahead. It will be a tragedy if the school funding bill is voted down in the Senate, Mr Speaker. So ultimately, it's up to the Leader of the Opposition. He's standing alone in opposition to an additional $18.6 billion in funding. He's showing why his former dictum, his famous line, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there," is starting to work, Mr Speaker, because he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know where he's going. If he was supportive of more school student funding, if he was in favour of a more transparent, fairer system, he would get behind the Turnbull government's education plan with an extra $18.6 billion for more than 9,000 schools across the country.